since 6.
Now, Ed, originally you picked Golden State to sweep in our group chat. Obviously, that's not going to happen now, but you think Golden State in 5, right?
Yeah, I'll take Golden State in 5.
Okay. Let me see if I can convince you otherwise. All right. So, leading up to the finals, I was having a hard time making my pick because when Toronto won against Milwaukee to close out that series, I was like, okay, Golden State probably going to win this series. Mm-hmm. So, I'm getting ready to. I did the poll on our Facebook page and Twitter page, and who's going to win and whatnot, and it's actually a 50-50 split. And I started thinking, I was like, all right, so Golden State probably going to win even without KD. They got Steph, they got Clay, and Draymond's playing well, and
he had a triple double.
Yeah, they're playing really well. Okay, and then another day that passed by. Toronto do got Kawhi Leonard. How I feel about Kawhi. They do got that boy.
Right,
man.
You had to watch him whoop y'all ass.
Right, he did us dirty. He just he shut down Giannis, and that whole team defense shut down Giannis. All right, okay. I think Toronto can win a couple, maybe 1, maybe 2. Okay. Another day passed by. Damn, man. Nick Nurse made some crazy adjustments against Milwaukee. Like, they was down 0-2, and next thing you know, they come out and they fucking beat these boys in 4 straight games. Like, made crazy defensive adjustments, and all right, shit, they got a better shot. And then I started thinking, I found out that Toronto has home court. It's like, oh, shit. So they got the first 2 games in Toronto. And then if it does get to a potential Game 7, that's happening in Toronto. Damn, that could be crazy. So I made a list of why I came to my conclusion that Toronto's going to win in 7. Number 4 was just the reason I just mentioned. Home court advantage for Toronto, which is big right now because that home court is
big in any sport.
They're going crazy. Them Canadians is going crazy right now. And you can feel that energy. Like when I went up to Toronto, you just felt it. You just felt that Toronto energy in the air, that Toronto Raptors energy in the air. So they're supporting and loving their team. They're showing out right now. So that's number 4. Number 3, Nick Nurse. I want to give kudos to Nick Nurse again. He, to me, has been the best coach in these playoffs in terms of game planning, in terms of adjustments, in terms of the defensive schemes that he's come up to guard these teams that he's been playing against. Like they took Joel Embiid out of the series when we played him. Giannis, he didn't play particularly well. He took him out of his element. And I'm going to keep believing that Nick Nurse is going to find a way to disrupt this Golden State team offense. And so far, Game 1, it worked. Number 2, Kevin Durant's injury. Now, they're saying that, we got the reports early that he's going to be out Game 1, and then potentially he's going to be out Game 2, and then it doesn't look like he's going to play Game 2. And they don't know for sure if he's going to be back Game 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many games this go. With that said, even if he does come back for Game 3, this is not going to be the same Kevin Durant. Now, obviously, you're going to take 25% of Kevin Durant. That's an upgrade over whoever they got starting in there for them right now. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, a hobbled Kevin Durant may not be as lethal as we may think. All right, so that definitely plays a factor for me. And then number 1, obviously, is who I think is the best player in these playoffs right now, Kawhi Leonard. I feel like that in this series, they definitely have the best player, hands down. A guy who can not only go out there and get his own bucket. He's not the best passer, but last night he looked really good moving the ball. Like they double teamed him. He is able to find the player, if not the open player for the shot, he's able to get it to the player that was able to get it to the player to make that open shot or take that open shot. You know what I'm saying? So his basketball IQ is definitely there. His defense is stellar. He's looking like he got his spring back. Like against Milwaukee, it looked like he kind of hurt his calf, or excuse me, his quad. But it's looking like that's not affecting him right now. And I think Kawhi Leonard, he had a not necessarily his best game, but he still dropped 22, 24, 23, and that's considered a bad game for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he had 10 points off the line.
So I expect Kawhi Leonard fully to come out for the rest of this series and be the Kawhi Leonard we have seen all playoffs long. But that'll be my number 1 reason why I think Toronto wins this series in 7 games.
Okay, that's admirable.
Okay, no, didn't work.
Still ain't winning another game.
I tried, man. I thought I put together a nice list.
If they win another game, if they win game 2, right, then they're up 2-0, and they go home, and Warriors go home, and then they still don't have Kevin Durant, then it's getting shaky. I'll say that. If they lose game 2 and they go back home and still don't have Kevin Durant, then you could probably persuade me to think Toronto can win the series. No.
So you're just taking a sample until you see it. You can't believe it.
I can't.
Okay.
I'm not betting against. Yo, man. Everybody was telling me, oh yeah, Houston gonna win now. Kevin Durant gone. I'm like, nah, son. PJ Tucker said they're harder to play against without Kevin Durant, and I was like, that don't sound right. That sounds stupid. And then I saw the games, and I was like, he was right, because they run around like chickens with their head cut off all goddamn day, and that shit is hard. Then when they play Portland, it's like, ooh, they don't got Kevin Durant. Portland got a chance. And then you sit there and realize, oh, shit, no, they don't, because they run around with chickens with their head cut off without Kevin Durant, and the shit is hard. It's a lot harder than people realize. The shit is harder than people realize, all right? Even without Kevin Durant, they're still lethal.
I think people realize it, though. I just think that, like, those two teams that you just mentioned, they aren't really good defensive teams.
Nah.
Like Houston, yeah. When have Houston been known for their defense since D'Antoni been there?
2 years ago.
You know, like they're not a good.
2 years ago, we was 12th ranked defense in the league. Don't 12th
ranked defense.
12,
right?
Nigga, there's 16 teams make the playoffs.
That's impressive that they made 12th.
I don't give a damn what you say. That's 12, motherfucker. Shit.
Okay,
12.
That's okay. I guess that's good. Whatever. They're a top 12. They're a top 12 defensive team.
They were. Yeah, last year wasn't. Last year was Buns Dookie.
Right. Okay. And then Portland.
Like, oh yeah, they got no defense. They boo boo.
You know what I'm saying? So this it's a whole new beast that they're playing in Toronto. Toronto is the best defensive team in these playoffs.
Yeah.
And they're playing.
100%. They are. They're ranked. They were ranked one in every defensive category this offseason.
So that shit may have worked against Houston. It may have worked against LA. It may have worked against the Trailblazers. But I don't think it's going to be as effective as it is against these Raptors.
If game 2 goes the same way, then I'll agree with that.
Okay.
That first game, Toronto high, all that's chalk it up. They still only won by 9. So win again, same way. Then I might be convinced.
Yeah, if they're going to win the series, it's going to be a grind. It's not going to be easy. Yeah, I think if Toronto does win, which I'm pulling for, again, big underdog guy, it's going to be in 7. It's not going to be a sweep. It's not going to be 4-2. It's going to go the distance, and it's going to be an exciting series, regardless. So yeah,
they got to beat Golden State 4 times. 4.
It's possible.
4.
I mean, so far
with 2 and a possible All-Star.
So far this season, they have beaten Golden State 3 times, and Golden State has yet to beat them.
Bro.
Now, although that was a regular season that they won those 2 games in, but they did just win this postseason game.
And still got to be some confidence,
right?
Yeah.
So the regular season, first time they played them, they didn't. Draymond was injured. Curry didn't play. Second time they played them, Kawhi didn't play, and Kevin and Draymond had just came back. So doesn't really count. It's like,
if you want to look at it that way, like you said, Matt, that builds up confidence, man. These boys, basically Toronto said we ain't no bitches, and they kind of showing that. I don't give a fuck who y'all is. Y'all may be Golden State, y'all may be the Warriors, and maybe the defending champs, and may have the greatest shooter of all time, and probably the second best player in the league right now, who's not playing. But
yeah,
we got our man and we got our team, and y'all ain't about to just sit here and
you're right.
and shit on us.
That's what all them fans
you don't make it all the way. You don't win a division. You don't win a conference. Just go to the finals and be like, we won that.
We here, guys.
We're here. We did it.
We did it.
You know what I mean? It's like,
woo.
If teams did that, the Patriots would have 8 Super Bowls in the last 20 years. It's you gotta have that tough mentality. Even that really bad LeBron team, Cavaliers team. Was it last year?
Which year he's had bad teams?
Well, they made it to the finals.
Nah, last year was terrible.
Yeah, last year was bad, right? They lost 4-1 in the finals.
No, they lost 4-0.
Oh, 4-0. They got
last year
swept.
was terrible. 2 years before that, it was terrible.
Okay.
2 years before that, at least had another superstar.
Yeah.
No, it didn't. He got hurt. They both got hurt that year.
Who? Kyrie?
Kyrie and the first time they played it, when Kyrie and
Yeah,
Love was
hold
hurt.
on. The first finals that they played, yeah, Kyrie and Love was hurt. The second finals they had him, they won. The third finals they had Kyrie and Love. They both played. They got lost 4-1. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I mean, if LeBron went into those finals, been like, we're just gonna roll over with our belly up, it would have looked bad. But Toronto's got to make Golden State work for it, and Golden State's going to make Toronto work for it. That's the way it's got to be. And I think it's going to be a good series.
Oh yeah, they're not just gonna hand it to them.
Well, no,
but I just don't see. I don't see two and a possible All-Stars losing 4 straight games, like 4 times, not 4 straight, 4 times. I just don't see it.
I mean, Toronto got 2 All-Stars.
Wait.
Oh, give Lowry some love, man.
You seen that video I sent to the chat yesterday?
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah, what he do when he said Kyle Lowry? He threw his phone.
Yeah.
He almost threw mine when you just said that. Kyle Lowry, an All-Star, had averaged 14 points. Like, I think it was like 6 assists at the time. Makes the All-Star game.
Hey man, you got to give credit what credit due. He's playing really well.
Very first playoff game, he scores 0 points.
Good for him. He made it.
Jesus,
right?
He made it. He
Right.
qualified for it. That's what the end game is.
Ed just don't like him.
He's trash. Oh my god. Yo, man.
Damn.
I wasn't even that big on him when he played for Houston. It was just
So, how do you feel about this whole testament that Golden State is better without KD?
It's not the fact that they're better. They just play completely different than when they have KD.
Right.
That's the main thing. Is like Curry legitimately was able to say, okay, you're the best. You're a better player than me, so you get to run. You get to have the offensive love and all that stuff. I'm just gonna get in where I fit in. Klay Thompson's had to get in where I fit in his whole career.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why not just add another person that is just gonna do the same thing to him anyway? It don't matter to him, I guess. So without him, it's like, oh, we both get to like do our own thing now. Woohoo! And then they run around and just chuck up shots from the opponent's bench and their bench, and they just have fun. So I mean, it's not. I honestly say that it's not that they have better spacing without Kevin Durant. It's not that. It's just that the flow of the offense is more. It's more pass happy. It's more team centered. Versus when Kevin Durant's on the floor, it's more. There's a lot more iso ball with Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you might feel it's more obligated to get him the ball.
Yeah, which is all injustice. He's probably the best offensive scorer in the league.
Yeah,
So yeah, there's gonna be,
but it becomes predictable.
8 to 10 possessions a game where he's gonna come down, he's gonna get the ball, and then everyone's out of his way. That's going to happen about 8 to 10 times a game, which is justifiable. But that doesn't happen when he's off the floor, because the flow of the offense is for the shooters to get open, whether that's coming off a curl, down screen, backside screens. It's a whole bunch of things. So it's more it's more about the flow of the offense, which is the big difference when KD's gone versus when KD's on. It's not necessarily making the team better or worse. It's almost like watching 2 completely separate game plans. I don't think they're better without Kevin Durant, but I wouldn't say that they're necessarily a worse team without Kevin Durant.
Just different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. They definitely play a different style of basketball, more team, more ball movement. But it's obvious to me is Kevin Durant makes his team. Kevin Durant on this team makes them one of the greatest teams, and then if not the greatest team of all time. Without Kevin Durant, they're a good team. They're a very very good team. Don't get me wrong, but Kevin Durant just kind of.
So they're not a great team without Kevin Durant.
They're a great team. Yeah, they're a very very good team.
Very very good is like
Kevin Durant sort of just makes them unbeatable.
It's like Houston or Philly. Like great is
without Kevin Durant.
What we're seeing now.
Without Kevin Durant, they're not that Golden State Warriors team that we know and love. They're not.
They're not the ones that have won chips, or they're the ones that What are you talking about?
I'm saying that without Kevin Durant,